My next guest wants to make safe and effective firearms training available for everyone. Kelsey Crouch is the owner of Valor Defense Academy in Austin, and she joins me in studio tonight. Valor, welcome to the show.
Hi.
I'm glad to have you here tonight. Let's talk about the importance of learning safety and effective firearms training, because if you're going to pick up a weapon, you need to make sure you're safe with it, right?
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably. Yeah. In the firearms industry, there's lots of misconceptions and lots of horror stories of accidents. 100% preventable. So learning proper safety and proper fundamentals is top priority.
Now, Kelsey, what was it about getting into this industry? What drove you into it, or what's your passion, or why? Because you could have chosen anything. I mean, what was it about self-defense that got your attention?
Well, really, just creating a space for, specifically women. Women are my big passion, but just anybody who feels maybe a little more intimidated jumping right into the firearms industry with big ex-special forces, military guys. I'm a little bit of an easier pill to swallow, a little bit easier transition to start that handgun journey.
Now, you make a point that it's important for everyone to learn self-defense, but particularly women. And so talk about that feeling when you get to train somebody and you see them go from maybe no confidence to having confidence. How does that feel for you?
Yeah, amazing. I get women who come in, and men too. I get men that come in that are terrified, but they're terrified of guns, but they're also terrified of being defenseless. So bringing somebody in 2 hours, from absolutely terrified to being safe and having confidence to, okay, yeah, I can manipulate a firearm safely. That's a really amazing feeling. So giving people confidence in that ability, and just a little bit of peace of mind that, okay, I have an option. I'm a single mom. I'm, feeling a little bit vulnerable. Now I have a little bit of a fighting chance.
What about the current climate? Because it seems like the world's only getting crazier. Does that kind of speak to the need even more?
Right. And specifically in Austin, crime is skyrocketing with the police force diminishing. That leaves us law-abiding citizens stuck in the middle. So, yeah, I have gotten quite a few new clients who are like, I hate guns, I don't like guns, but
right.
I might want to start learning.
It seems like, every trend I read, it seems like firearm sales are only increasing. Do you think that's because people are seeing the trends?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. And so again, it's not enough to own a weapon. You got to know how to use a weapon. You made the comment that all of the accidents or things that you read are preventable. What are some practical tips for someone who may be picking up a firearm that seems very elementary to you, but they may not think about?
I like to say anybody can learn to shoot a gun. That's the easy part, actually. The training, and going to the range is not proficient enough, but mental preparation that involves self-defense. If you're in a vulnerable situation, you have to be able to react appropriately and make sound decisions. You can't just whip your gun out and start shooting people without cause. Even with cause. So mental preparation, things people have never, they go get their LTC, they slap that gun on their hip and out into the world, and that's it. They've never practiced drawing. They've never really understood the use of force laws. They've never practiced mental preparation for what it really takes to survive a self-defense encounter.
And as far as handling it, every gun is treated like a loaded gun, whether it is or not, right?
Yeah, that's rule number one.
Rule number one. Rule number one. And then, of course, there's ways to store it safely and things of that nature. Now, I have heard, and I'm curious kind of your take on it, but when you're defending yourself and you pull out that gun, you have to be, as you mentioned, you have to be prepared to use it. It's not enough just to threaten to use it. You have to actually be able to prepare. God forbid you ever have to, right?
Right. Absolutely. If hesitation, there's been many people murdered who have had a gun.
Right.
So knowing there's so much preparation that goes into, I know if I'm pulling my firearm, it's because I'm fixing to be murdered.
Right.
And I don't need to hesitate. When we're in that state of panic and stuff, I need to not hesitate. I need to still be able to make a sound decision. Is this truly a threat? Positive threat identification. Is this person really trying to murder me, or is this just a raccoon shadow in my backyard?
Gotcha.
Right? Those kind of having the mental capacity to make sound, logical decisions is what is lacking in the firearm industry.
Well, and laws are different every state, so the show airs across the country. You're in Texas. Easy to say, a little bit more friendly for having your own personal arms, but you definitely want to understand the local laws as well, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that totally makes sense. All right, so you're in self-defense, and I tell you that when we talk about the crazy world, we got about 90 seconds, but when I look at what's going on even overseas in Ukraine, where now they're asking citizens to take up arms and defend themselves, that's crazy business, and we never would think we'd see that in modern times, but here we are.
Here we are. Something you never would have thought could happen in modern age. Yeah.
We didn't think we'd have a global pandemic either, right?
Right. I would much prefer to be prepared and not need it than need it and not be prepared.
Right.
That's for sure.
Walk me through the process. If someone comes to you, is it walk up? Is it by appointment only?
By appointment only, and I only do private lessons. So I can meet you where if you've never touched a firearm, or if you're ex-special forces and we want to really tweak those self-defense, drawing from a holster and those decision-making skills, it's just us. We can work at your pace, your goals, your skill level.
I would think if you own a business, this is something you have to think about. And then, unfortunately, if you're in a church environment, you need to think about it as well. We've seen more and more.
We do a lot of security group training.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. How can we find you? What's your website?
ValorDefenseAcademy.com.
All right. Thank you so much, Kelsey, for joining us. Again, it's important. You got to think about self-defense in today's day and age. You're watching Create, Build, and Manage. I'm Scott Miller. We'll be back right after this.